One of the companies, and actually it's an attendee at the summit for years, has been Dan Baldwin. And Dan Baldwin, that's the space he lives in. That group of people who have been extremely successful selling solutions that are cloud-based or network-based solutions, and their model is just very different than what the traditional channel partner is. So I asked Dan to come up and explain to you what you're all missing and what you can do to correct it. So Dan, please.
Can you hear me all right? Okay. First, I'd like to thank Jim and the BC Summit staff, especially Mike and Jay and Conrad. I've been writing this presentation now for 15 years, and this is just the latest iteration. But they said, oh yeah, we can do video, just make sure you have the presentation ready by Friday. And of course I did, but I sent them a draft, and it had one video, and ultimately I'm going to show you 9 videos today, because you see I don't have any guest presenters, and I'm not actually a professional speaker myself. What I do for a living is a couple of things. Jim talked about the 4 constituencies, your end users, channel partners, consultants, and vendors. And what I do for a living is work among all 4 of those, all right? Because I started out as a consultant, but then I quickly became an agent / channel partner. I work with end users all the time, and our association, Telecom Association, is sponsored by vendors. And so what I'm going to share with you now is what has been working and evolving for 15 years. And if you're waiting for it to happen, well, it already happened. And what we're going to show you is the 3 migration paths that people have taken. And I'm going to introduce you to the people who are making VARs very rich and very successful. So, there we go. The way that okay, this all started with a conversation with Jim. I talk to Jim several times a year, and we have phone calls, what's going on with the channel partners. And the channel partners everybody, all the equipment people have kind of glommed onto the channel partner, but channel partner was coined about 6, 7, 8 years ago for what telecom agents were. And telecom agents, as you may know, they make money just like stockbrokers, okay? They get a residual commission. And the consultants have always said, well, that's not really a good way to do it, but we think that it is a good way to do it. We do consulting. We're going to show you some consulting examples up here. But we talked about how the 3 ways to making money, the upfront consulting, the upfront equipment, and then the residuals. People are doing all 3 now. I do all 3 in my business, and most of the people that I know, they do it all 3 ways. And so we're going to show you how to do it all 3 ways. Okay, this report is a summary of how do I know what I'm about to tell you. I interview a lot of people, okay? And the way I'm able to interview them is our association, we do a lot of awards, and we decided to do award the best master agency for MSPs and VARs. And because they want to win the award, of course, they pony up all their smartest people, and I do vetting interviews with them. And what we're going to show you today is the result of the information that we've vetted out. This entire presentation is available to you if you send me an email. I'll email you the link back, and then you can click on all the links. You can, because you know how you see people giving testimony, well, who are they? Well, now you can click on their LinkedIn link. You can go to their website, check them out, just the way I check them out, all right? And if I run out of time, I'm going to just stop. Jim will say, Dan, that's quite enough, and I'll leave. But you can go ahead and watch the rest of the presentation.
Just cut it out.
Watch the rest of the presentation. Okay, how to use it. Click the links in the videos. Channelpartner.news, that's the website of the association, and we constantly update everything that we present. So check that out. And as I said, the order of precedence, everything that is important is coming first. Everything at the end of my presentation I think is actually the most important, but not very many people are doing it, so it must not be important. Okay, number one, if you are only, how many people are working with an experienced network services channel partner now? That's not a lot, okay? If you don't want to reinvent the wheel, one of the biggest things is, you know, the VARs, they do what they do, but they don't want to reinvent the wheel. So the channel partners have all been vetted. We have recommended partners, recommended vendors, and at the channel partner news. So if you go to channelpartner.news, you'll see a couple of links, recommended vendors, recommended partners, and we vet all the best vendors and all the partners. So if you're looking for a partner to work with, we've got 500 listed. You can click on their names, they're listed by metro, and you can check out their LinkedIn page to find out if they're trustworthy. I personally think they're trustworthy. I personally vetted all 500 of these channel partners. And I think that you can call them up if you're looking for someone with network service and cloud expertise. And of course, the vendors are all vetted as well. But the master agencies, there are two master agencies that we're going to show you about today that they're the top. They're the winners of if you're going to work with anybody, these are the two master agencies that these VARs are working with. Okay, the first one is Intelisys, purchased last year by ScanSource, and they won the top vendor member for dominance in cloud sales education. If you don't know how to sell cloud, it's because you haven't hooked up with Intelisys and gone to their education, and they also do financial partner financial support. So we're going to show you a video that talks about why ScanSource, large equipment distributor, bought Intelisys.
Welcome everybody, Jay Bradley here with Andrew Kreifogel, our Senior Vice President of Cloud Transformation.
Yeah.
Big news, huge, big day.
Oh my, it is.
Big month, big week, big year. What just happened, Andrew?
Yeah. You know, we've kind of been thinking about this for a while, right? And it strikes me that the 30,000 plus ScanSource resellers globally, this really should blow their mind. Because we've been talking about, kind of anticipating, what does this whole idea of convergence mean for the channel, right? And if I'm an IT solution provider, I'm a systems integrator, I'm an interconnect, I've been selling hardware and ProServe for a long time, and I've been seeing this come, and I've been wondering when's it going to get here, and more importantly, how do I get ready for it? How do I get ready for it? And man, this is going to accelerate that, Jay. I'm really excited.
How do you think this announcement, how do you think it really impacts the resellers that are, you know, the 30,000 worldwide resellers that are part of ScanSource? What's the opportunity that they should be looking at with this announcement?
Well, I think any reseller that's been watching this and they've been looking at their own business, they've seen that the buying habits of their customers has changed, right? Customers are coming to them, Jay, saying, you know, I don't want to buy like I always have. This shift to an as-a-service model that we've been talking about for 4 years now, right? It's become a reality, and so many of them are struggling with this idea of how do I either embrace that, right, or get run over by it. And so this event today, it speaks volumes about the opportunity for them to embrace that change in model and to start to figure out new and creative ways of how they can retool their businesses around recurring revenue, which just translates into a much more sustainable business for them long term. There's going to be a lot of partners here that see this and start to think about ways that they can retool their businesses. And man, they're going to look back in 3, 4, 5 years and say, wow, I'm so glad that happened.
Yeah, that was a good move.
That was a good move.
So for those who don't know much about Intelisys, or for the resellers that are part of the ScanSource family, what would you tell them about Intelisys and our sales partners? What are the kinds of things they need to know about us?
Yeah, no, it's great. So, I mean, there's a few things that are top of mind for me, right? We've been around for 21 years. Really similar concept, similar culture to that of a ScanSource, so that'll feel really familiar for a lot of ScanSource resellers. But here's kind of how we've tooled ourselves over the past 20 plus years. One is we're 100% channel gen, right? So we never compete with our partners. We wake up every single day trying to figure out creative ways of helping them grow their businesses. And I think that's the the thing that they can kind of, take solace in here, right? Here's a company I can partner with, and I can trust that they have my best interest at heart because they don't win unless I win. And that's the model that we've built. Our channel managers around the field, our team of smart guys, right? Really such a valuable resource for our sales partners and for ScanSource resellers that now have at their disposal a team of pre-sales, supplier agnostic, pre-sales engineers that can help them design winning solutions for those clients. And then the last thing is, we've made a huge investment here in education at Intelisys, and we're going to continue that. We're going to double down on our education strategy. Cloud Services University, you can go there right now, cloudservicesuniversity.com. It's open to the entire community to register and start to learn and get smarter about how to have kind of these next generation conversations with clients. You want to build a telecom practice, you want to build a cloud practice, a managed security practice, you want to learn about things like software-defined networking and SD-WAN, cloud computing, public-private hybrid. I mean, it's all there and it continues to grow. Right. We're going to continue to invest to help our partners get smarter.
Beautiful, love it. All right, so what would be your challenge to all the ScanSource resellers who are looking at this big announcement and saying, who is this Intelisys and what's their model and how can I profit? How can I benefit from this big news?
Yeah.
What would be your challenge to the ScanSource family of resellers today?
Absolutely. I would first say to you, engage. I mean, whether it be come to one of our events coming up, namely probably the biggest one you can start planning for is in October. Channel Connect coming up in October 12th, 13th, 14th in Napa, California. Amazing event. Dana Carvey is going to be at our Thursday Night Awards. We'll have Napa just dominated by this channel, all coming together as a community, learning from each other and figuring out where they plug into this amazing and dynamic opportunity. That's the first thing, is start to engage with this community. Some of you will want to build your own dedicated practice around this, and that's awesome. We're here to help you do that. If you want to go hire the right people and comp them the way that we know drives the right kind of behavior, we've got tools to help you build that practice, and we're ready to start having those conversations immediately. Others are going to find a teaming approach, or one of our existing Intelisys sales partners makes a lot of sense for them, helps them get there even faster. We've got amazing sales partners in the Intelisys community that are top performers that are kind of purpose-built to help you succeed. So engage, let us make those connections for you, and as you always put it, let the serendipity ensue.
Serendipity ensue. Yeah,
there you go.
Great news and great advice for everyone. So that's it. Thank you, Andrew.
Absolutely.
And onward we go.
There you go.
All right.
Outstanding.
So that's the longest video. I thought about, well, should I cut that in half? Because most of the good stuff is at the beginning. But if all you saw was this 5 minutes, that's it. Okay, this was a video was made about a year ago, right after the acquisition, and right before Intelisys' annual show. And their annual show is starting tomorrow. There's going to be 1,000 channel partners, and every vendor that is interested in doing business with channel partners is going to be there tomorrow, starting in Monterey. So why is Intelisys so successful? Because the way they sell, or the way they teach you to sell cloud and network services. And here's an example.
I'm about to tell you 3 strategies you can implement right now to elegantly cut the legs off of your competitors and never lose another cloud deal again. Hi, I'm Andrew Preifel. I'm an ex-IT solution provider who built up a successful practice, evolved it into a cloud business, and then sold my company for a little something. I was talking to a solution provider partner last week who was losing over 2/3 of his cloud deals. Over time, he realized that these 3 tips were the key to him increasing his closing percentage on cloud deals to get this over 80%. Here they are. Number 1, more horses in the race. Here's the psychology. See, as consumers, we all fight this paradox between wanting more options and wanting to make easier decisions. You can already help out with making decisions easier, but are you giving enough options? Variety of vendors, suppliers, or have you placed all your bets on one horse? You see, different suppliers have strengths in different verticals and strengths in different technologies. Are you coming across as non-neutral by not offering more options? You know, you don't need to be a horse or a jockey. You need to be the owner of the racetrack. It doesn't matter what horse wins because you win every time. Here's the second one, more technologies. Consider this. You have a wall around your customer. It may only be a couple of feet high. It may have lots of holes or gaps in it. But providing cloud or carrier services prevents other stealthy salespeople from sneaking through a gap and stealing your customer. Perhaps you're concerned that you're not expert in all these services, but get this. You don't have to be an expert in every technology if you're partnered with somebody who is. So build your wall high, strong, and when your customer is ready to buy more services, you'll be their go-to choice. And here's the third, know the date. As IT solution provider salespeople, we're always keyed in on that impending event that drives a decision, a relocation or a lease expiring. But there's one date that is often overlooked. Every carrier or cable, voice or data service has a date when the current contract expires. Count on the carrier or other advisor knowing what that date is. They're going to contact your customer before you and attempt to get more of your business direct, specifically cloud business. You can cut them off at the knees if you know this date and act faster. 1/6 of your existing customers are getting new service in the next 6 months. One solution provider client of mine just closed a $1 million deal based around cloud, carrier, and data services because he timed his approach around the customer's carrier contract term expiring. This is huge monthly recurring revenue and extremely low-hanging fruit. If you don't understand telecom and data services, partner with a technology services distributor who does. It doesn't have to be us, but use someone. And most importantly, put this date in your CRM. Set a reminder 6 months out and start the conversation early. And good selling.
So that's Andrew Preifogel. It's quite possible that ScanSource bought Intelisys because of all the training that Andrew personally put together. He put together the Cloud Services University that many equipment VARs are going through, and we're going to watch a testimonial right now from one of your peers, an equipment VAR that went through Cloud Services University. All of it is online. You get certified. You watch all the videos online, and the majority of them are done by Andrew. So if we can see the next one.
I loved Cloud Services University because it didn't really dive too much into the tech side of it. It dived more so into kind of the overall broad aspect of it. And it was good because that's what the client is going to want to hear. They don't want somebody to dive too far into the technical aspect of it. We're not going to do binary conversions and all that crazy stuff. So I like it. It was more high level and, just this is what you have available to you and this is what your clients can need or may need and exactly why. Andrew's just really funny in those videos too. I liked one thing where he talked about PRI circuits versus the T1s, and he said, you can go one way, but this technology, SIP trunking and everything else, is replacing this, so you might not want to do that. But still utilize this, and we have providers and vendors that are available to assist you in case you run into a situation where your client can only use that technology. Or that's all that's available to them. So I really like that. It was, hey, there's a better technology available. Run with that if you have the opportunity, but at the same time, this is the reason why this is relevant to your client situations that you may run into. So that's pretty neat. This whole kind of cloud services and all of this has been Azure, 365, Google, it's about it. And learning all of the telco stuff, this is amazing.
Great. Now here is, now the Cloud Services University is all online. This Super 9 training, I'm not going to play this video, but go back and watch it. Email me and I'll email you this and watch this because these are your equipment VAR peers. They go through this Cloud 9 University and it is live training. The Cloud Services University is, online. This is all live training. So make sure you go back and watch that testimonial by clicking on the links. The other reason that Intelisys wins is because most equipment VARs, they need that money up front to keep surviving. They can't just switch over to monthly residuals. Intelisys financial support, they have, go ahead and click on these links, look at these people and the advanced commission programs. They'll give you 3 years of commission all up front, so you can make that jump. And they also have a partner investment program where if you've got a really good idea and you need someone to invest $100,000 in your business, they're ready to hear about it and then put that into action. And then the next slide, I'm not going to play this because I'm running out of time. I have some other things I want to show you. But here is a very large equipment VAR, multi-million-dollar VAR, and they have a carrier services guy. They basically brought in a carrier services guy. This is a very popular migration strategy. So listen to, you can see, super big multi-state equipment VAR, and they have a carrier services and cloud desk. Now the next, the other winner of the master agency is Teleris. And they win not because of their sales training and their financial support, but they have patented software assistance, and they have a sell it for you or do it for you way of doing business. And so we're going to go ahead and watch the next video. This is from Teleris, and they're going to show you how they do a little bit differently.
Technology sales and implementation have changed dramatically over the last few years. Solutions are more complex, involving more vendors and more technologies than ever before. VARs and MSPs must develop a practice that is broader in nature, includes more vendors and more technologies, or they risk being left behind. Teleris has created a solution for VARs and MSPs to address this problem, to create immediate expertise through services and tools that make VARs and MSPs immediate experts and develop a cloud and connectivity practice to develop this changing trend.
Teleris has something that other master agents don't have. We provide a solutions sales team. And what we do is we help our MSPs sell solutions to their customers. We'll help them with discovery calls, we'll help them engineer and design solutions, and we'll even help them through the implementation phase. So with our support, MSPs can go in and sell enterprise solutions to their customers.
Working with managed service providers involves understanding the way they think and the way that they interact with their customers. At Teleris, we work with our managed service partners in a completely different way. We provide them tools and resources that they can't get anywhere else. We start by monitoring every circuit they sell for free, and we move into browser-based network assessments on the fly and full network management, all on a platform that was built and developed for our managed service partners.
One of the most exciting aspects of this business is the recurring residual model. The problem with that model for a lot of VARs and MSPs is that cash just doesn't add up fast enough to reinvest in growth. So Teleris is able to take those residuals and actually turn them into upfront commission advances so they can take advantages of opportunities right now.
Our solutions teams and support teams and engineers are all available to help you with sales activities. This includes understanding the customer setup, to identify suppliers, and to provide pricing. 3 years of commissions is nice, but 6 years is fantastic.
The best thing that a VAR MSP can do is white label our sales engineering resources here at Teleris, broadening their technical capabilities with the customer and opening doors to other types of scenarios that they may not have access to in the past.
So a classic example of this is we had an MSP come to us with an opportunity that was really out of their sweet spot. They didn't have a lot of experience in selling cloud solutions. So they were able to really lean on us and our expertise and certifications in the cloud space to help them sell a large opportunity to their customer for cloud services.
One of the many advantages to utilizing our project management and implementation teams is the knowledge and experience we have in dealing with large and complex opportunities. We provide scope of works for all projects, and we utilize Basecamp as one of our communication platforms. Our involvement in dealing with the day-to-day details of a project allows our VARs and MSPs to focus on their core business.
You can go ahead and go to the next slide. Okay, this is their sales engineer. I'm not going to play this video, but when you get my presentation, you need to watch it. Most people assume that telecom agents, all they know how to sell, and they don't really know anything about the technology. I watched this demo that they did at their presentation, and I do this demo now where you're taking an SD-WAN box, you're taking 2 cheap coax connections, and the hosted VoIP runs off of that, and they fail over from the hosted VoIP call is on one cheap coax connection. They pull the plug, it fails over to the other, you never lose the call. So sales guys like myself are learning all the technology we need through master agents like Teleris. When you watch that demo, people who don't know what they're doing are doing this demo and getting really big sales. And then finally, these again are your peers. IT VAR, and then a large equipment distributor. These guys, they know about Intelisys, and they all choose Teleris, and they've walked away from other master agents for what Teleris has. So as Andrew said on the earlier, it doesn't matter which master agent you work with, just find someone. So pick, it's kind of like rushing a fraternity or sorority. Just find the one that feels right for you. Or if you just want to find someone in your local area, again, you can go to channelpartner.news and then click on recommended providers and find someone in your local area that you can work with. Next, we're going to talk about merger and acquisition. Now, ScanSource obviously bought Intelisys, ScanSource bought Kingcom, a large Verizon house, and then you can see some others down there. Now you can click on those links and find out if you have the wherewithal to just buy agency, then certainly able to do it. Among the bottom are some attorneys who are practiced at this sort of acquisition and merger. That might be the easiest way. It doesn't happen really a lot because, quite frankly, the agents they're buying more VARs than the VARs are buying agents. And finally, resell voice as an ITSP, Internet Telephony Service Provider. This is the one thing that all of the VAR, or actually the telecom agents, are afraid of, because they really know whoever owns the firewall owns the customer. And for a multi-location customer, if you own the firewall, everything else is done. And so the VARs that I've met, and if you do nothing but check out the very first link, B-Boy, George Bardisi, he's building a huge bundle where you can do the desktop, all the virus security, and the hosted voice, all in a single desktop bundle of $75 or $150 or whatever you want to charge for it, but you can't shop it out. So and there's a couple of videos here. I'm just about running out of time, so I'm not going to play George's video, but do watch it, because he talks about how he does a whole lot of other things. He hooks up the ConnectWise software and all the software that VARs use into a single package. If you want, but you have to, resellers, you guys are already selling equipment. So you know how to sell equipment, mark it up, and put your logo on it. You can do the exact same thing with network services and cloud. All right, Mark Lammert, he's a CPA. He's got, a $500,000 turnkey solution if you want to go for these huge residuals. Because voice, people say, I don't want to mess around with voice. But you've got like the Ring Centrals of the world saying voices, $25 to $45 a seat. Trust me, for them, there's like 80% margin in there. All right, and if you become an ITSP, you can have that margin to finance your own bundle. I do want to show you one last video, and I've got 2 minutes left, so if we can go past the B-Boy video and press the CoreDial video, because CoreDial is CoreDial is a VoIP provider where they've got a white label bill, and all of your stuff can go on their bill, so you don't really have to become an ITSP. You just put your monthly MSP services on their bill.
CoreDial's key differentiator really starts with our Switch Connects platform. The platform enables the channel to successfully sell, deliver, manage, and invoice for these cloud services. I think what sets CoreDial apart from all of the other people in the industry is the fact that we enable them to experience a unique business model which revolves around the concept of white label. All of our partners own their customers. We changed the business model. We flipped it on its head. Instead of our partners becoming agents for us, where we own the end users and they're helping us build a brand and a business, we allow our partners to build their own brand and their own business. The moment I first realized the value of Cordal's Switch Connect's platform is it was actually deployed at the same time as one of our insurance customers was looking for a technology to integrate into their computer network. And this technology had to provide screen pops onto the computer screen. And when we were able to implement that easily within a couple of days, the customer was very satisfied, and it helped us to obtain other customers through referrals.
One of the things that we love about the Cordal software is the ability to utilize it for other aspects of our business. We utilize it to bill our customers for the go-to host of VoIP PBX that we provide, but there are other services, for example, managed services that we provide to our customers that makes it very easy to deliver a consolidated solution with a consolidated invoice all under the go-to name, so that a customer is not getting 3 different bills for 3 different services that we provide to them. Everything is leveraging the Switch Connect platform for them.
There's this thing called a hedgehog strategy. What do you deeply passionate about? What can you be the best in the world at? What drives your economic engine? Well, our hedgehog strategy that we developed as a team is to be the best in the world at enabling our channel partners to successfully sell, deliver, manage, and invoice for cloud services. And it's really defined our culture, and it's helped us to really focus on being the best at that for the customer.
Culture at Cordal started with some basic principles like being innovative and entrepreneurial. And from there, it's really taken on a life of its own, where each person comes to work, they exemplify those qualities, and they take them to heart, really, and it shows from everything they do.
You're bombarded with new opportunities to learn things every minute. That's the reason that I love coming to work here.
I work for a very traditional corporate environment. So it's been a lot of fun to be in amongst a young entrepreneurial environment.
It's fast-paced, it's energetic, there's an opportunity around every corner. In 2014, we had 40 partners come to the end of their term with us, and all 40 of those partners renewed. Throughout our journey with Cordal, what we've experienced is a number of changes that constantly improve the way that we're able to run our business. From the accounting side of our business, to the customer service side, to the sales side. And all of the improvements that Cordal has made have helped our company to sustain its growth and to continue to offer new products to our customers.
One of our customers has a need, we can turn to Cordal and have the peace of mind in knowing that they have our back. They'll be able to help us deliver on the solution and not leave us happy.
The Cordal is experiencing some really significant growth, and it's directly related to our channel partners and their growth. Switch Connect's platform has enabled the channel to successfully sell, deliver, manage, and invoice for cloud communication services. But imagine all the other cloud services that the channel is going to be able to sell, deliver, manage, and invoice for through our platform. It's really exciting, the value that the channel would be able to deliver to the end customer over time.
So, as I said when I started, the stuff at the end, hardly anybody was doing.